Are you looking for the best SSDs for PS5? In this video we will look at some of best SSDs for PS5. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Corsair MP700 Prose 2 TB. And honestly, this is the drive that made me rethink what's possible in the SSD space. At around $170 to $190, it's positioned right in that premium sweet spot. But the performance and feature set you get for that price is absolutely incredible. Corsair has basically taken everything they've learned from years of making high-performance PC components and packed it all into what might be the most well-rounded PS5 SSD on the market. The raw performance numbers are stunning. We're talking about sequential read speeds that consistently hit over 7,000 megabytes per second. But what really sets this drive apart is how it maintains that performance over time. A lot of SSDs will give you great numbers when they're fresh out of the box, but then start to slow down as they fill up or as they age. The MP700 Prose uses advanced wear leveling and over-provisioning to maintain consistent performance throughout its lifespan. The thermal management is probably the best I've seen, too. The included heat sink is substantial and well-designed, keeping temperatures well within optimal ranges, even during extended gaming sessions. What really impressed me about this drive is the attention to detail. The installation process is incredibly smooth. The build quality feels premium, and once it's installed, it just works flawlessly. I've been testing it with everything from quick indie games to massive ADATA titles, and it handles everything with the same level of excellence. The 2 TB capacity means you can keep a substantial library installed, and the reliability is top-notch. Corsair backs this with excellent customer support and a solid warranty. When you factor in the performance, reliability, capacity, and price, this drive really does hit that sweet spot where you're getting the best overall experience for your PS5. It's the kind of upgrade that makes you wonder how you ever lived without. Number 2. WD Black SN850X2 TB with heat sink. And if you're serious about gaming performance, this is the drive that's going to make you smile every single time you boot up your PS5. We're talking about $160 to $180 here. And Western Digital has really positioned this as their flagship gaming SSD. The performance numbers are absolutely incredible. Sequential reads hitting up to 7,300 megabytes per second. But more importantly, the random read and write performance is where this thing really shines. What makes the SN850X special is how it's specifically optimized for gaming workloads. Most SSDs are designed for general computing tasks, but WD looked at exactly how games load assets, how they stream data, and how they handle those split-second moments where you need instant access to files. The result is a drive that feels incredibly responsive in actual gaming scenarios. We're talking about load times that are consistently faster than almost anything else on the market, and that includes some drives that cost significantly more. The game mode feature is pretty cool, too. It automatically optimizes performance based on the type of game you're running. The build quality on this thing is fantastic. The heat sink isn't just for show. It's got proper thermal engineering that keeps the drive running at optimal temperatures, even during those marathon gaming sessions. I've been running this drive through some pretty intense testing, including those games that really stress the storage system with constant asset streaming, and it just keeps delivering consistent performance. The RGB lighting is a nice touch if you're into that aesthetic, but honestly, once it's installed in your PS5, you won't see it anyway. What you will notice is how games just feel more responsive, how loading screens become a thing of the past, and how everything just runs smoother. For pure gaming performance, this drive is seriously hard to beat. And here we are. Number 3. Samsung 990 Pro 2 TB with heat sink. And this is where we start talking about the drives that are basically the gold standard of the industry. Now, you're going to pay a bit more for this one. We're looking at around $180 to $200. But there's a reason Samsung has the reputation they do in the storage world. This isn't just about raw performance numbers, though those are excellent, too. This is about getting a drive that you can install and then literally forget about for years. Samsung's track record with SSDs is just phenomenal. We're talking about a company that has been at the forefront of NAND flash technology for decades, and all of that expertise is packed into this drive. The 990 Pro delivers read speeds of up to 7,450 megabytes per s, which is fantastic. But what really sets it apart is the consistency and longevity. This drive uses Samsung's own VAN technology, which basically means every component is engineered to work perfectly together. You get better wear leveling, more efficient power consumption, and thermal management that keeps everything running smoothly, even during extended gaming sessions. What really impressed me during testing was how this drive handles different types of workloads. Whether you're loading up a quick platformer or diving into a massive RPG with tons of asset streaming, the 990 Pro just handles it all with the same level of performance. The included heat sink is probably the best in class, too. It's got this sleek design that not only looks good, but actually does its job incredibly well. Samsung also backs this thing with a 5-year warranty and some of the best customer support in the business. So, yeah, you're paying a premium, but you're getting that peace of mind that comes with knowing you've got a drive that's built to last. For anyone who wants to install it once and not think about it again, this is definitely the way to go. Taking the number 4. ADATA Legend 960 Max 2 TB. And this is where things start getting really interesting in the value department. We're looking at around $130 to $150 for this bad boy, which when you break it down per gigabyte is absolutely ridiculous. ADATA has been quietly making some seriously impressive drives lately. And this Legend 960 Max is basically their love letter to gamers who want massive storage without breaking the bank. The performance specs on this thing are genuinely impressive. We're talking about read speeds that consistently hit around 7,400 megabytes per s, which puts it right in the sweet spot for PS5 compatibility with plenty of headroom. What I really love about this drive is how consistent it is. Some cheaper SSDs will give you great numbers in synthetic benchmarks, but then start to struggle when you're actually gaming for hours on end. Not this one. I've been testing it with everything from quick indie games to those massive open-world titles, and it just keeps delivering that snappy performance you want. The thermal management is on point, too. It runs cool and quiet, which means your PS5 isn't going to sound like a jet engine. Storage-wise, 2 terabytes is that sweet spot where you can actually keep a decent library installed without constantly having to choose which games to delete. We're talking about fitting roughly 15 to 20 major games depending on their size, which for most people is going to cover everything they're actively playing, plus some extras. The installation process is dead simple. And once it's in there, the PS5 treats it like it's been there from day one. For the price you're paying, you're getting premium performance with generous storage capacity. And honestly, that's a combination that's pretty hard to beat in today's market.